So on the race issue, there's more than one reason I'm not a racial supremacist as such. Black people don't want to stand with me because they feel like they have too much to lose if they do the right thing. And I feel like if I did manage to get them together, 100 black people of both genders together, and we were recruiting at a certain rate, and we reached out to white conservatives, for example, over the issue of freedom by itself, that we would be shunned. They'd say you have to do it in a way that favors white supremacy, like we see in their different groups, patriot groups, free speech groups. Look at the moderators, the admins. They say you have to do it in a way that favors white supremacy. They'll subtly say that, or we're not going to help you. Okay, you see what I'm saying? They don't. A lot of these issues have to do with freedom, also have to do with race, and white people, especially conservatives, generally do not want to talk about it unless it favors some white agenda, white LGBT, feminists, conservatism, etc. Okay, that's the situation. And there's such extreme coercion going on, corporate coercion. They say 1 in 5 CEOs are psychopaths. What happens when they form a corporate partnership? And how many of them are narcissists? How many of them are just selfish in general? How many of them are a vampire wolf, so to speak, in a dog-eat-dog, crony capitalist society? Okay? So even if I was wrong, why is it logical to assume that these people who are in the network of the police and the military, these angry pickup truck driving guys, these craftsmen who tend to be in guilds and social clubs and secret societies and frats together, why is it logical to assume that they team up and say, no, you don't. This is our country. All that freedom talk is for white people, by white people, and you cannot try to set the stage for you to be equal to us. Okay? And so on and so forth, right? They don't want to fight for what's right. They have some kind of misguided sense of loyalty to the rich oppressor. It's similar to this trickle-down economics. They've done polls where it's suggested, at least one that I came across, that it's suggested that most white people who are Republicans think that the wealth of the rich should be redistributed. Okay? But they want it on their white supremacist terms. And they've also insisted on being the majority in the country. And there's a bunch of token minorities and groups like the Freemasons, the Boulets, and what have you, the Prince Hall, Eastern Star, that, and college frats and military and police organizations and intelligence agencies, and government politicians, their loyalty is to the white establishment, okay? This is why there's no freedom in this country, and there never will be, because they're also breeding, according to these guys' belief systems. And these guys aren't some kind of transcendent human being that is going to change their mind in the future. Their offspring are going to change their mind, okay? We've seen the same white supremacy since, before the Dark Ages, you know what I'm saying? Coming from these groups of people, okay? Also, there will be no moral path because they'll have done it for so long that the children who are from a long line of the wicked cannot be a valid redeemer when it comes to logic. Even the Bible, its true interpretation, is based on logical justice, okay? And this last point is very controversial. A lot of people don't want to hear it, but it's true, okay? The ideal man, and I'm not racist, I'm mixed, could only be a black guy. Why? Because of eugenics, because of slavery, because of the Olympics, okay? Because of the separation of races in sports, because of banning African martial arts, killing Martin Luther King, cracking down on the Panthers, because of Mandela, because of our points of references. One must be good and appear to be good. So if your race appears to be cheating black people out of their rightful place as the ideal, okay, that's not justice. That's not establishing it with justice and righteousness. So, and then it's the same thing also if it's a crypto race. If it appears to be a white groomed Freemason family with a white or Jewish patriarchal line, okay, it can't be seen as ideal. Carlton can't be seen as ideal. Obama can't be seen as ideal. That's all propaganda nonsense. You know what I'm saying? This is the truth. This is the real. I speak the truth.